moving on really swiftly, let's talk about someone else. Now, one thing about me, I hate it when people say that, let me make it clear, and then proceed not to make it clear. Like, what is that? What was that? Me, bede, usiniambie. Don't tell me. And that's the energy that I'm coming at when it comes to Beatrice Wangui, aka Biko. We probably know her from the show Neema that was on one of our local stations. And on this show, she was an actress called Naomi, as in Naomi, right? She was beloved. People really, really loved her character on the show. But suddenly she just disappeared. And guys are like, hang on, what happened to Naomi on the show? Mm-hmm. Then once again, what happened to Beatrice? What's going on, Biko? Why aren't you on the show anymore? And these questions have been plaguing her for quite a while now. She decided to kind of give us information. I don't know how to describe it. You tell me what you think. She went online. She was speaking specifically to Mpasho, where she said, I never left. That is in reference to the show, and her character is Naomi. She said, I never left. Let's make that clear. Otherwise, my fans won't forgive me. So we're like, okay, so you never left. What happened? She says, there are many reasons. Sorry, many reasons why you left? She said, basically, the bosses were very, very inconsiderate in many ways. She said, professionals don't leave until they complete their craft. I am such one. All that was simply mischief from the untouchables. And yeah, it was basically an interesting dynamic between production, and it was an internal issue. And she said, I gave my best. I was there. I always gave my best. I acknowledge only God gives opportunities. I had no power regarding my departure, the same way I had no power when it happened on Zari, where she was called Tiwi. So it seems she's garnering quite a bit of a reputation, because this is her second show where she just disappeared. Like, she just up and left. Mm-hmm. And then she then goes back and says, oh yeah, that wasn't me either. Yeah, that was the production, that was the bosses, that was the powers that be that decided to kick me out. But like, anyway, I don't know what's going on. Maybe, yeah, she was blackballed somehow, or she became an enemy numero uno, an enemy of progress in some way, and therefore they said, hey, you need to leave, and they just axed her from the show. But either way, these are two shows which we've just left out of. And she says that the character of Naomi was actually created for the show because they had done her dirty on Zari, where she was acting as Tiwi. So there seems to be like a lot of storylines there that she's kind of alluding to, but then not really alluding to. I'm not sure whether it's a stance where, because she knows that she is continuing to act, she is continuing in this industry, she can't then now start calling names and saying, oh, this one did this, and this is what happened, and da 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 da. Like, I get that. But also, what's the point of starting this conversation to begin with? Because you're just creating more speculation, more, okay, what happened exactly? More, wait, who are your bosses? Who are these people in production? Is that production team bad? Is that company horrible? Are they paying other people? Like, you're creating a lot of controversy that is unnecessary. Up until you're able to tell a story in its fullness, I think we just need to stop. Don't tell us a half-baked story. Atueni kujitafutia udaku. Tupatie ama wachane nayo.
I mean, something happens, one, it's a fluke, it's an accident.
Yeah.
Things happen. But when you establish a pattern where any project you're a part of, you never do it to completion, that's a problem. You know? And if not even for the sake of your career, like, look into it. Because that's not normal. There's no way I left job A because people were conspiring against me. I got to job B, people were
started
still
conspiring against you.
You know, when does it end? And then you don't necessarily like address exactly what happened. You just like throw things in the air.
You're vague.
It's like you're trying to like sick a dog on a group of people when you know your specific target. Other people may get injured. Other people may get beaten simply because you were not courageous enough to call out whoever you were supposed to call out. So, Beatrice, do it with your chest, okay? If there's a rot that needs to be brought out, do it with your chest. But you know, I get so pissed off because
I know.
why are you giving me half tea?
You're giving me homework.
Why are you giving me homework? And I was not even aware of this, you know.
I didn't even know what was going on.
You
Like,
just piqued my interest so that you can say, anyway,
anyways,
mind
guys.
your business. Whew.